And so the inauguration is just days away, and fears are growing about those mass deportations.
ABC 10's Roxanne Elias joins us live in studio. And Roxanne, what are you hearing today?
Well, Laura and Chris, the representative with the United Farm Workers Union says it's a really difficult and stressful time right now for those farm workers in California. He says already they have witnessed 2 of their members taken to Mexico, leaving behind spouses and young children who are U.S. citizens.
As President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take office, his pledge of mass deportations has farm workers looking over their shoulder.
I think these threats have been percolating in the air for a long time. What I think has really escalated the level of fear and anxiety is, of course, last week we had real Border Patrol raids in Kern County that were targeting Spanish-speaking workers.
Antonio de Loera is the spokesman for United Farm Workers. The labor union represents thousands of farm workers in California who are mostly from an immigrant background and from Mexico. De Loera confirming that 2 of their members were detained and are now in Mexico as a result of last week's Customs and Border Patrol operation in Bakersfield. He says neither had a criminal background.
I think we should mention that most farm workers, of course, are living in poverty or living paycheck to paycheck, and many farm workers did hide, did miss work, did not go out following their normal routines, going to their workplace last week because they knew that Border Patrol was in the area.
He believes immigrants will suffer and have financial difficulties if they don't feel safe going to work. On Friday, California Attorney General Rob Bonta vowing to protect their rights.
I want to reaffirm California's immigrant community has my support and continues to have the support of my office. We will enforce the rule of law. We will make sure that rights are honored.
Bonta listed updated bulletins addressing local and state law enforcement agencies.
That means that California law enforcement agencies are prohibited from investigating, interrogating, detaining, or arresting persons for immigration enforcement purposes.
In the end, De Loera believes there's no way millions of undocumented immigrants living in the U.S. can be detained.
This impacts us all. And I think ultimately that there is going to be this climate of fear until this country can do what it should have done a long time ago, which is recognize that undocumented workers and their families, many of which are U.S. citizens already, are parts of our society, are parts of our communities.
The United Farm Workers Union says the best way to protect yourself is understanding your rights, and they say don't sign any documents Customs and Border Patrol may give you to sign, because you are then giving them the right to force you to leave the U.S. Chris, Laura.